Hi everyone, it's Magdalena Wolf of Coins. Thank you so much for tuning in. This video is inspired by Michael's from Mirrors of Consciousness video. I will link it below, where he was talking about his approach to reading playing cards and how he he interprets suits and elements, and it got me thinking. I really love his approach. I've always admired the way his mind works. I'm very happy he's back, by the way, because he had a break from YouTube. So anyway, I got spontaneously inspired to make this video today. I hope it won't be too rambly, but what Michael did was to link the suits in playing cards, both with the language, so with the meaning of the name of the suit, and with how they look like. And I mentioned in my previous video on playing cards, and I will also try and remember to link it below. Just short, in short, I decided when I started with playing cards, I decided I will be reading them the opposite way that I read tarot. So focusing on the traditional meanings that are fixed. And if you know my channel, you will know that when I read tarot, I don't usually have like fixed meanings for all cards. So yeah, this is a different way. This is a way that your regular fortune teller reads. I've been using a couple of sources. I mentioned them in the previous video, but my main resource is a book by Zuzanna Śliwa. And yeah, it's in Polish, so maybe not very useful to you people from other countries. But I thought that it's interesting because in different languages we have different names for the suits, right? So maybe you're from a non-English speaking country and you have different names than in English, and thus different meanings possible for the suits. So I think it's a topic worth thinking about. And I would love it if you could share in the comment section whether you have some, like from your own language. Wow, what's that? Sorry for the dirt. I think it's just, I had a match here that left some like carbon here, you know. Anyway, back to my topic. So yeah, if you could share how the names in your language influence the way you could read or the way you already read, I would be very interested to hear. So in Polish, we have actually double names for each suit. Those names are either inspired by a French tradition or German tradition, or a mix of those. So yeah, for hearts, we say the reds, or kér, so the hearts. And for diamonds, we say karo, or which is this shape. In Polish, at least, it's this shape of the rhombus. And also bells, okay? Bells that make sound. Then the spades are either pik, which is the spear, right? Or vine, because it looks like a leaf of a vine. Then we get trèfle, or acorns, and it really makes sense. Look at this deck. I think it's a Swiss one. So for diamonds there are real bells, and for clubs there are real acorns. So we are probably using both types of decks, because this is the French model, right? So we were probably using both this and German version, and some names just stayed. But there are still like 4 suits, and that's how we call them. So first thing that I always, when I listen to like English spoken interpretations, is that spades are related to earth because you dig with them in the earth. And for me it never worked, because I always associated this with a pointy weapon or with a plant from which you can make wine. You get grapes and you make wine. So let's see where this gets us. I will tell you, and because traditions of course differ, and I decided to stick to one. So I will just tell you what in this version those suits mean, more or less, and how I would, what elements I would associate with them. However, in this very practical, traditional way of reading cards, there are no element associations. They are just, each card has a specific meaning, and that's that. However, while looking at all the meanings that I had before me, I did like match the suits with elements. And again, I had to like cut myself away from tarot meanings, because these suits don't correspond to my tarot suits associations for the elements. Because, just shortly, so this, wait a minute, this would be cups, this would be coins, this would be swords, and this would be wands. So water, earth, air, and fire. But not so, in my opinion, in the system that I'm using. So let's see. First, hearts. The most optimistic cards ever. They are happy, they are red, they have hearts, positive things. So it's of course love, because we often ask about love when we go to a fortune teller. So love, relationships, passions, our passions. So for me, this would be fire. This is this inner fire that moves us. Then we go to diamonds, which traditionally are associated in this system. Again, I won't be repeating in this system, because you can find many systems in which there are different associations and whatnot. So the system that I'm sticking to, okay? So they are associated with money. This suit talks about money. And also, if we think about the bells, they are made from metal. They often look gold, so it really makes sense, like money, metal. This association makes sense. Plus, like material things, this is earth for me. And this actually matches with the tarot association here. This is earth. Coins are earth. Then we go to spades. So as I said, it's either a pointy weapon, a spear. If you tell me spade, only recently I learned that this is actually a gardening tool as well. My first association with this word in English was the thing that musketeers have, for fighting. But yeah, anyway, this is a spear or a peak, or a vine. So a plant that produces grapes, and it has a very versatile. This suit in the system has quite a versatile use. So it can mean travels. It can mean tears, for example. 7 of spades is a tear card. Some systems say it's this one, but yeah, in this system it's it's 7 of spades, is tears. It's also, this suit is also about meeting people and drinking alcohol. So you see, like wine, grapes, it really matches. Also, it's about change. So for me, this is water, because if you think about tears, and we can also think about traveling. People often traveled on water. So plus drinking alcohol, so it's again a liquid. And the change, so water is ever changing. So for me, this would be water. But again, I will say it, in no book that I read there are any elemental associations. It's just the authors are just not concerned about this. It's a very practical approach. Okay, and lastly we have clubs. So as I said, we call them trèfle from French, or acorns, and they are the gloomiest, almost the gloomiest. These are the most gloomy to gloomier suits. For example, in court cards, spades have the evilest villains of all of the whole deck. But these are not happy cards either. They talk mostly about illness, bad luck, stress, but also work. And stress and work kind of relate to each other, but there are also some neutral clubs cards that they relate to your job. So yeah, I would say, like, if it's illness, I would like connect it to air, because it often gets transferred through air. And also all those like nerves that we have, all the stress, all our thoughts that are torturing us, this is all air element. So yeah, and about acorns, I was thinking about it. So this is something that gets like buried deep, right? And then can have like very visible consequences. So from all those little worries and our nerves and stress, there can be like something bigger can grow actually. Or also like in our heads, we can make things bigger by overthinking, overanalyzing, obsessing over. So yeah, so this is my presentation of how I matched the suits with the elements based on their traditional meanings. And I thought it would be an interesting video for you to try and see whether if it's different in your language, or if you're an English speaker, how you can like dig deeper into your language and also into the colors and shapes of the suits, the suit symbols. For shapes, see Michael's video, definitely. But yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope you've enjoyed it, and have a lovely day. Bye.